We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system. The lady at the front desk said she would contact the manager, but now she's nowhere to be found. We've been waiting here forever, without any food or water. What the fork, man? Is this how the family treats its guests?
Is this your idea of street smarts? Starting an altercation?
It's called standing up for your rights.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sunday. I'll arrange 2 premium seats in the VIP lounge so you can rest there while you wait.
See? Just like that.
Just don't call yourself Nameless next time.
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, I have an order for a bottle of Donna's White Oak. Can you help us find it?
Donna's White Oak? I think there might be a misunderstanding. We don't serve that here.
Oh, no way. Are you sure you're not mistaken?
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all. I couldn't afford to cover for such an item if it were broken or lost.
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo keeper couldn't afford it?
Then what should we do now?
Oh, no need to rush. Let's grab some drinks first. Maybe I arrived too early and he hasn't come yet. Let's see what kind of juice malts you all have here. Well, give me a glass of Heenum Valley, 40 years. I'll have it neat. No ice.
Wow, that's the most expensive one on the list. You have a taste for the finer things.
It's on the house, anyway.
What can I get for you?
Anything you recommend is fine.
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboon juice. It's refreshing and suits your cool demeanor. Just 1 minute.
Ah, this flavor. Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Ooh, it really hits the spot. Truly the finest sherry cask-aged malt juice in the cosmos.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Is that really something that humans enjoy?
Hey, this guy doesn't know anything at all.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests, please enjoy.
Let's give the memo keeper another half-system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime, let's take stock of the situation. What do you think?
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on the planet of festivities, but the public is unaware of it. Someone in a position of power within the family must be covering it up. It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the Masked Fools. If what you said about the Emanator of the Nihility is true, the situation in Penacony is a little complicated. to say the least.
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. Regarding Acheron. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the Hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. I mean, who in the right mind would impersonate the Cienjo Alliance or the Galaxy Rangers? It's like asking for a death wish. Isn't there a saying among the Cienjo people that, the Rainbow Sect lets their Lux arrow do all the beating?
Talking. Do all the talking.
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. Even the dumbest criminals know better than to mess with the Annihilation Gang, much less the Rangers. But that Acheron lady, she doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's highly logical and organized. She knows exactly when to hold back and when to strike without mercy.
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my suspicions. Maybe she knows a Galaxy Ranger, or perhaps she's trying to lure us out for some reason. I can't figure out.
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family. They've summoned followers from various paths for the festival. No matter how generous the family might be, this move seems highly unusual. Unless the invitations weren't sent by them. If that's the case, it's even more intriguing that the family insists on organizing the Charmony Festival, despite the chaos.
Maybe it's Shipei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by humans at all. People do stupid things out of irrational impulses. They abandon their principles when self-interest is involved. They believe in things they know they shouldn't, and fudge, they even break their own rules. But Eons don't. They stick to their determined path and never turn back, even if they reach a dead end.
You think Shipei's will is behind all this?
It may not necessarily be Shipei, but there's definitely some higher entity involved. I know it may sound pessimistic, but if human free will were reliable, why would we even need Galaxy Rangers? It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or how the Express stays true to the Trailblaze despite Akavili's disappearance.
But in my opinion, Akavili's fall holds significance for the Nameless.
Oh, so you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility for their own choices because their absolutely right leader is gone?
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just about following a path that's always considered absolutely right. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities, even with limited insight and judgment.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choices, because no one else can do it for them. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure out her true intentions. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the Memo Keeper doesn't show up. This is my final backup plan. I promise.
You sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a lot easier. By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any important-looking guests?
What's your plan?
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family. Or maybe we can even take their identities.
No need for that. We'll return to the Express now.
Wait, are you getting scared? Draw your weapon. Let's make a big scene.
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that as Donna's White Oak you just ordered?
Huh? As Donna's White Oak? But didn't you just say...
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guests. You ordered a bottle of As Donna's White Oak just a moment ago.
Looks like your memo keeper friend has finally arrived.
Oh, right. Sorry, my memory's not the best. You know, too many modifications and all. Anyway, let me check. Well, fork me. It says Donna's White Oak, all right. And there's a note. I'll be waiting for you on the Astral Express.
No mistake. That's her message to you. She knew the hotel wasn't safe, so she suggested we find another place.
Well, looks like we took a detour, but now it's back to the Astral Express. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
You're back? 2 guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Oh, just in time.
2 guests?
She's one of them. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express, but sneaking in like that? You have no regard for etiquette!
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust right now.
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana's White Oak. You sure have a refined taste.
Finally, Memo Keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the Garden of Recollection as a memo keeper. As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. I'm Acheron.
What? You Garden of Recollection shirtbag! You betrayed me!
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this memo keeper came to my aid and helped me escape their surveillance unnoticed.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely, all of you.
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then, we can talk about trust.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and seems to be telling the truth.
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Dan Heng. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed, I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other, so this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise. To return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world. Raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods sow. How long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. It looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist after all. Well, let me... Mortals who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean, leaving behind a trail, and for some, their presence leaves such a strong...
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders. They emerge from the depths of IX. Seeing themselves, they emerge from the nihility and head toward it. Leading, they were once my dear companions.
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. I'm guiding them toward... It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. So someone must guide these lost souls to their lives. For me, I've suffered too many losses.
But you know, these sin-thirsters.
Does this seem pointless to you? Well, some tasks have to be done.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility.
I see. After all, thank you, stranger.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. If this is what the departed ones expected.
A good question. And what I do know is that one day I too will pass. Someone will stand at my grave.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, mindset, and soul reflected immaturity and innocence. As I grew into adulthood, I left.
I humbly request your blessings.
Come to me, my kinship. I have...
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, promoting the path of the harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake, yes, out of laziness. I lied and claimed that everything was ready. Although the head has dismissed me as punishment, it has been tough to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worried that the seeds of...
Do you sincerely repent and vow to... Have you examined your soul? Are you willing to accept the Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family, and you shall...
Oh, praise Sheepy.
Next.
I wholeheartedly confessed.
Rest assured, I have implored their presence to be with us.
Oh, great. You know, I arrived in Penacony as...
I see.
My children were starving, and I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. But the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down.
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Next, please.
Hey! Long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed individual in Penacony. And the next...
I have sought their presence with us. Let us proceed.
Sure. Let's just get this over with. That's it. Nothing more.
Do you seek to atone for your sins through good deeds?
My sins? Started to sound like a saint, huh? Well, you think nobody knows what your precious family has done? About the watchmaker? Huh? Before you start spouting off your holy verses, answer me this. Where does the power of the oak fit? Well, I've spent enough time in confession today to enter the Harmony's paradise, right? Then I'll take my leave.
Oh, revered triple-faced soul, who can judge the strong when who can vouch for the weak when they will pay any price? Who can comfort the purest souls when even they get... If the strong defending the weak is... Then who is responsible?
Brother? Brother, are you all right?
I'm fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip.
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted this incident. Even if the Stellaron does
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant to spread joy and harmony across the cosmos.
It has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so... We'll do our best to explain everything to the Dream Master. I'm sure he'll understand. Even if the negotiation does not go smoothly, I'll refuse to go on stage. Without the Chordmaster, the Harmonious Choir would not arrive, and the Charmony Festival would be just...
I'm relieved. You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself. Lineages, but the Dream Master is a mystery to me.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But...
Perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master.
Let's hope we can reach a consensus that's...
Indeed.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting.
Oh, dear. It's Mr. Sep...
Looks like this collateral won't be returned. See that one there?
Continue patrols.
Let's wring them dry. Look.
No manners, huh?
I think something bit me. Specimen sighted.
Just a graze. We have a deal. There's no backing out now, for me or you. Self-inflicted misery.
Time to travel! To travel far away. For a tough case like yours, we're gonna try them all!
I owe you one.
A guest with no manners, huh? Everything is ordained by the stars. Oh, profound secrets of the stars! Give these trailblazers your blessing!
Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours! Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
Give an inch, and they'll definitely take a mile. Don't let me down now.
I think something bit me. see a diamond this big? Oh, it's all yours!
What's the matter? Eager for some more self-inflicted misery?
Time to twirl!
There's no backing out now. For me or you.
Time to twirl!
Who's the little backstabber?
Commencing research. Time to twirl!
Self-inflicted misery.
Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
Time for a lesson.
Time to twirl! Honored to meet me.
There's no backing out now. For me or you.
Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Oh, dear. It's Mr. Sunday! Hey!
Continue patrols.
Here to test your skills?
We were supposed to attack yesterday!
My oath is to a solitary rose.
That'll take more than medicine.
Let's be friends. We did it, yeah!
Until I see that I will protect all be-
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
My gratitude is yours. Until I see, I will protect all beauty.
Welcome, customers.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
My guide. Until I see, I will protect all beauty.
Stay close.
1,000 wonders. Minus one!
Until I see, I will protect all beauty.
Not a step back.
I'm okay.
My oath is to a solid.
Go.
Oh, dear. It's Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Dun 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 dun.
Can't stop the run!
Time for the main event.
Keep up!
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it! Yeah!
My turn! Here! Try that again! You can't run!
Turn it up! Keep up!
This is our chance. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it!
Try that again!
This song's for you.
Turn it up!
Oh, dear. It's Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Come on, then. Victory means preparation. Found.
Move carefully.
Let's make it quick. Yeah!
Naughty child. Nap time.
I've no interest in conflict.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Much better.
Time for a shot.
Fighting is meaningless. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Let's make it quick.
Oh, dear. It's Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Looks like someone needs help. Let's go check it out.
Who invited you? Who will it be?
I've no interest in conflict.
Everything is ordained. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
No manners, huh?
Too late to repent.
It'll take more than that. Who invited you? Who will it be?
Dear, it's Mr. Sunday. Hey there! Okay, see the moon in the sky? It's about the size of the cap on my Soul Glad bottle. If I just reached out my hand, I could grab the moon, couldn't I?
The moon?
Yeah. Look at me. I've been away from home for too long. I must be missing that moon. But it's no big deal. The Grand Theater here looks much. They told me not to sell everything I had, just to come.
Selling everything you had?
Why? Can't you see? Life back home is miserable. It's not really living at all. It's better to be here at Penacony. No pain, no worries about tomorrow, just sweet dreams. You can do whatever you want. That's what I call living.
Is this truly living?
Huh? What did you say, young?
Oh, it's nothing, sir. You see, the traffic on Glock's Avenue can be dangerous. How about I ask a Bloodhound family member to escort you to Ideen Park over
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Wow, no wonder you were the leader of this sweet dream. You're totally a lifesaver. See you around, Mr. Sunday, and it was nice chatting with you.
What's up, sister?
This is the land of the dreams. But why do they live like this? The man we ran into, even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions. But for him, they're the only way to survive, even if it means
I suppose you have a point.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living, but that's not quite accurate. People believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill. Gaining value however, value doesn't come out of thin air, and there's a limit to it. To accumulate value, people have to take from others.
Are you suggesting that this...
Exactly. But, ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it. The survival of the fittest. That's where all the tragedies in the world come from. No tragedies exist here. Only happiness. Although in its nascent form.
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions.
Yes. Seeing is believing. I'll accompany you.
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the Charmony Festival coming along? We're all so excited about it.
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to join the festival.
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrating day and night. I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dreamscape is perfect for me.
But if this went on forever, would it get boring too?
Nah, not at all. Who would get tired of having so much fun? Every day, you get to wear fancy clothes, explore all sorts of dream bubbles, indulge in delicious food without gaining weight, and you never get old or sick. As long as you can afford a room, this place is the ultimate paradise.
But you know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
That's exactly why I don't plan on bringing anything back. Just enjoying the dream itself is good enough for me. I mean, I'm not one of those long-living species. I only have around 60 or 70 years in this lifetime, and there's so much to worry about. Being happy here is pure bliss. Only in this sweet dream can I truly feel like I'm in control of my life and fate. Who would want to go back to reality after experiencing this bliss?
I see. I genuinely wish you all the happiness in the world.
And I wish you a fantastic performance, Robin! I'm off to the Blue Hour for the ball. See you later.
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
She had a valid point. I could sense her genuine happiness.
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life. But in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream. Once she steps out of this sanctuary, everything will be lost.
Well, she did make mention of being able to afford a room. Didn't she?
However, the paradise in our dreams, it doesn't have to end.
No. And the paradise we yearn for. The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm meeting you in person here. What an honor. You're right. Even though time stands still in this dreamscape, it always feels fresh. I find something new every time.
A philosophical mind. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, not at all, no. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful conversations, especially with someone as esteemed as you. Do you mind if we chat?
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind. You said, with little time left. Please, forgive me for being blunt. But is that why you came to Penacony?
Yeah. I was part of a war, and while escaping from the Sarkosian mothership, I got exposed to some radioactive materials. And then, all my comrades died, and my hometown was wiped out by neutron bombardments. I couldn't bear to live with everything I knew gone. That's when I heard about a possible solution here, so I came.
How heart-wrenching. I hope the family has been able to help you.
They have, and I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced life support devices in the cosmos, and a stellar... My physical body is now in the dream pool, sustained by life support. The me you see here is whole, rational, and no different from any other person. My true appearance. Huh?
So... you...
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreams, my world has been torn apart, and my life could end any second. So, how I envy.
That old man's story. It's so tragic.
That's precisely why this sweet dream in Penacony exists.
However, even this sweet dream has its limitations. While it provides...
There will be a way out. And...
Look what we have here. A love... Brother, what a surprise to see you again.
Show yourself. Your trick won't work on us.
I've heard that a skilled mass fool received an invitation too. That must be you, right? Did you enjoy yourself?
Barely. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite. And they run away at the slightest hint of danger. In other words, they're naive and cowardly.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the Harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. I've done so much for the family. You should be thanking me, because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess, Penacony would still be in shambles. Don't you think?
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside and stop causing trouble for the Charmony Festival.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? You think I have no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, Chicken Wing Boy. But I'm pretty sure our lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under the banner of Harmony. Penacony, the land of the dreams. Is this truly the paradise you desire.
Stop it.
What's the rush, chicken wing boy? Did I get to you?
Our paradise is none of your concern, masked fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain? Well, I've done my part. And here, the last 2 gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If by some unfortunate chance the Charmony Festival starts, and it'll be thrilling.
I heard a raven cawing in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon. Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Back when we were kids, you used to... Seems like a lot has changed during my absence.
Well, someone has to stay awake.
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying the paradise in our dreams. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness.
Remember the old man we met earlier?
That might be true, but even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. That path may have been more ordinary and challenging, but now he's in a comatose state. And that sweet dream has become... Is Penacony granting these people a future?
Well, don't forget this. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds. Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers.
Well, It crashed to its death right in front of your window.
And I've avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the...
That the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even...
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal. And
that's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you...
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world and no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the... If I could become a Chord Master, I'd like to summon... Dominicus, the Harmonious Choir.
I see. Then...
Don't you have a wish of your own?
Of course I do. It's just that...
Then, let's build a stage there, and invite everyone to our performance, so that both our wishes come true.
It's a deal, then.
Yeah, it's a deal.
Maybe you'll have to become a star first.
You're back sooner than I thought. Any results?
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since his last will has now been conveyed, my final mission is complete. But pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. But the path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one to tread. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude, staking everything on some nameless in the future? But you have the numbers. And in numbers comes strength.
Got any more encouraging words?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to... Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, we're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most. And since it's the key to stabilizing the sweet dream, it's vital to the family's interests. But...
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it... So, no one's gonna say anything? What's that supposed to mean? So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soulglad TM Festive. As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar, and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. What's crucial... So, how do we go about participating in these I've already procured special invite tickets. To tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along, but...
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt.
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallagher.
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony can awaken from this dream is all down to you.
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right. I'll have to add to that databank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scorched Sand Hall. This is where challengers thrive and dream chase. If you have ambition, dreams, and the drive, dear friends, the next superstar.
Oh, wow! They've really outdone themselves!
Behold, here come 4 friends with spirits high and full of...
Is he...
Yes, you! There's no doubt about it, I see...
Excuse me, you 4. What are you hoping?
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us?
Your journey is long and fraught with peril, yet under a sky blanketed by...
The sword and rose! Protect the beauty! The beauty, the beauty!
A knight's head is hard as steel. Brother Lance's focus is stubborn as a heel. We don't all have to be whipped.
People are pouring in. It kinda feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up. Let's get in there quickly and enter the competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, make way. Make way.
Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's top 10 wealthiest tycoons.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Soulglad's factory, Ideen Lida. My 4 friends.
Hello, everybody. I'm Himiko, a nameless from the
Don't you guys need to hide? Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posters. And because... Hey, be a bit more serious. We're live on air. Hello, everyone. I'm March 7th. Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My 4 friends, come with...
Grab a bottle of Soul Glad.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation at time known as the era filled with...
Grab a bottle of
Nameless, your arrival reminds me of the grand occasion when Penacony was first established. I was still a young, bright-eyed lad back then, lured here by the watchmaker's ads, full of zeal and ready to make my first fortune in life. Once, during a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated by a drink from Mr. Sousa. That sweet taste as the dream-chasing era was truly a wondrous time. Oh, I miss those days. I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge as the... Ha-ha! That's the...
Hello, everyone! Next up, get ready for the Mega March.
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenging the limits.
I hope that by the end of this journey...
Ah, a wonderful...
Safety first.
Simple. Waiting for you are 3 stages, each connected, and in the last stage, you will... Those are the rules.
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long and aren't overly familiar with her.
Fine by me. All right. I don't have a problem with it.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not...
Welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad Enterprises' 33rd Scorched Sand Festival of the 20th season, Dream Play Fantasia. In this stage, you can choose between 2 challenges, the School of Acting or School of Action. In the School of Acting Challenge, you have to complete 3 performances from 3 scripts and move the panel judges. In the School of Action Challenge, now, make your...
The champion's crown awaits you on the stage. Welcome to the arena of act.
Competitors, allow me to introduce the rules. There are a total of 3 stages up ahead, each with their own challenges. The enemies you will contend against. It's worth mentioning that the fastest time for this stage was achieved by a contestant with fiery red hair.
Time is of the essence.
Contestants, you are about to confront the monsters of the primordial dreamscape. During this period, Penacony was nothing but as dream chasers who've come to Penacony.
You're annoying!
Bring it on! Time's up! Those with the loaded gun, those who dig the grave!
duel. There's your reward.
Keep up! Watch this awesome move!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
My friends? Indulge yourselves! Bring it on! Time's up!
So glad! Pretty simple. I just hope these tests don't take too long.
Congratulations on becoming of just as you're about to give up.
Why is our...
Because this is So Glad Enterprises' 33rd...
Isn't this just product placement?
To safeguard the integrity of Soul Glad! Let's duel! Those with the loaded gun, those who dig their own grave.
Turn it up!
I like that confidence. How's this taste? Time to mix things up. My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Phew! Watch this awesome move! Let's rock!
Remember to aim for the heart.
You can't run!
How's
Here! Try that again! Watch this awesome move! You can't run!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
those with the loaded gun?
Try that again!
Bring it on!
You can't run! Watch this awesome move! Turn it up!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Aim for the heart. Those with the loaded gun. Those who dig their own grave. Time to mix things up.
Try that again! You can't run! Here! Let's rock!
That's it!
My friends? Indulge yourselves! Haven't eaten
Try that
yet.
again!
Let's duel.
Phew! Watch this awesome move!
The world kisses me with pain, and I provide with
Congratulations to our two Dream Chasers for establishing yourselves as buddings. No matter how lengthy the battle, you always persevere. Topple this power.
None will take my Soul Glad away from me. I will use the Transmutation Arcanum to turn it. Oh, dinosaur! Grab a bottle of Soul Glad!
Come on, let's do
Just
this.
a little something. Think nothing of
Bring it on.
Keep up.
it. That's better.
Those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave.
Go away.
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Aim for the heart.
Not bad.
There's your reward.
Cute.
Congratulations, no matter how...
None will take. Oh, dinosaur! Grab a bottle of Soul.
Come on, let's duel. Those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave.
Turn it up.
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Bring it on. Time's up. It's nothing.
Here.
Time to mix things up.
Let's rock.
There's your reward.
You can't run.
Let's duel. Those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave. My friends, indulge yourselves!
Watch this awesome move. Let's rock.
It ain't over. Bring it on.
You can't run.
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Let's duel. Time's up.
Turn it up.
There's your reward. Those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave.
The body withers, but the Soul Glad name shall not. You truly are a beast!
That should do it. Isn't this fight way off from the actual storyline?
Transforming into a dinosaur after an extended battle, you fought in the years that followed. Well...
Looks like we won. Let's hurry up and get to the next stage.
Congrats to both of you. Look at the time.
That red hair can tell.
You'll find out eventually, but only if you clear the next test first. Welcome to the second stage of the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival in the 20th season. You have the option to choose gunfire and undergo Brother Han. And now, make your... friends. Welcome to the... It is said that these cartoon characters enter into the world of haunt.
If it's a gunfire trial, we... Ready? 1, 2, 3... Are we...
Very good. In this Hanu's adventure episode, alas, Hanu presently is ill-equipped to...
Oh, brave Hanu, you look like you could really... Long time no see, Hanu. Oh, my... Listen, but you know what? Now, Scott, I can't wait to...
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us. Look up there! If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick? It appears we can't climb. Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces. Let's hurry back.
Oh my! The exquisite sensation of perfect... Hurry now!
Such... disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented. Is that... Han? What exactly is he...
It's time!
Clocky?
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere and can do anything! Hanu says
Battle! We must do battle! The enemy is at our doorstep, and we have no path of... Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now!
So they just jump. Sheesh. Logic. Well, there we go again. Ready?
No? Did someone's last we saw but brave Hanu?
But...
Guess what? Hanu...
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right? He wasn't lying. There's actually a bazooka here. Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies. This thing feels just like the soaring locust too. Careful. It looks like we've got more... Here we go again. That should be all of them, right?
Oh my! Hanu is on a...
Well, that's that.
Never go crazy over money. Especially if it's from the IPC.
Congratulations to both of you! In the final stage, you will face the defending champion. If you fail, you will lose the opportunity to become the festive superstar. Welcome to the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival's third stage in the
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Are you a Knight of Beauty?
Behold, this symbol of pure... Come on, let's do this.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up!
In the mood for another beating?
Ready to lose yours? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Slice like a good... My friends? Indulge yourselves!
You are fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Like the confidence. Waiting in line for a
Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move.
Let's duel. Time's up.
Turn it up!
It ain't over.
Tough luck running into me.
Rise to the challenge. Pledge thy loyalty.
Bring it on. There's no reason those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave.
Time for them. Keep up!
Rise to the
All you
challenge.
stand still. Let's duel. There's your reward. Step up, let's see ya.
Bear witness to...
This song's for you. Turn it up!
Here!
Ready to lose yours? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Let the duel commence. Confess. Rise to
In the mood
challenge.
for another beating? How's this taste? I'm guessing that wasn't for free. Nice like a good... My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up!
You can't run! Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move. Cute!
Haven't eaten
Try that
yet.
again.
There's no those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave.
Behold, this symbol of pure beauty.
It ain't over.
Turn it up!
My turn.
You are fighting a gentleman. Pledge thy loyalty.
Let's duel. There's your reward.
Try that again.
Keep up! Ready to lose yours? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Rise to the challenge.
Gotta try hard to watch this awesome move.
Put forth all your might. Like the confidence. Let the duel commence.
Bring it on. Time's up. There's no reason those with the loaded gun. Those who dig the grave.
Tough luck running into me.
Step up, let's see ya. How's this taste?
Thanks. It's a lot.
Nice like a... My friends? Indulge yourselves!
This song's for you.
All of you stand still. Let's duel. There's your reward. That's all you got? It ain't over.
Rise to the challenge. Put forth all your might. Bear witness to honor.
Turn it up!
Bring it on.
Rise to the
In the
challenge.
mood for another beating?
You are fighting a gentleman. Confess.
Go away.
Pretty good crowd today. Let's rock! Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
We don't have much time. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of the... I, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We did both I and the Oak family can... We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of... Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated. Equality, not ultimately. Only heroes like yourself. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the mass, a dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
That's not the...
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be... The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, this way, we'll at least know what Welt and Ms. Robin are dealing with, and the reason...
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. Let's talk about our tribulations and our final course of action.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers... Oh...
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. Do you have any...
I'd like to ask, did you really?
I would have never...
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous...
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious...
Sunday, Robin, I've watched you two grow up and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, the magnitude of this matter is enormous and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond someday. Might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth.
Oh, triple-faced soul. Please sear his tongue and palms with a hot eye.
Let us begin.
Understood? Question. Have you devoted your life to your god?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god? Betrayed?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god? Coveting more than the Foundation?
Never.
Then, a final. Do you swear to fulfill all vows?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows.
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith.
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never... The god you both mentioned.
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other
perfectly harmonized. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but in the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. Though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony...
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone and without allies.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing?
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been within the foundation of law, humanity, and through harmony.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be...
What have you done with Mr. Yang and...
Don't worry. I just gave them some time.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the astral
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, It would only be myself, and your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed. Oh, I intend to. But that hinges on the outcome of this negotiation.
If it is the order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon?
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retreat.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery...
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings. Now, everyone, please look at the hue. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced, I believe after going through similar predicaments. Let's begin. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony later on. Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher Wood's yard, we spotted a fledgling Charmony dove all on its own. That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. When we found it, we decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the... Its destiny was... No. I pass the power of choice to you all. Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell, or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within. I eagerly await your answer. I'm happy to see that you made a choice similar to ours. We passionately nursed it back to health, preparing only the best food for it every day. We even preened its feather. I watched it for a long while by the window, probably about 3 or so days. Finally, on the 137th attempt, it succeeded. The fall shattered its wings. It writhed helplessly in my embrace. But it was all for naught, finally succumbing to a painful demise. I deeply regret the choices we made. This story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the problems. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape. Joy, sorrow, arrogance. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. He told me, I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land. Even he had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I'll tell you the outcome soon. Will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to... Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable... I look forward to everyone's decisions. It seems you, like me, a ponderer. Say he never gets caught. He would only die from delirium. The methods with which illegal stowaways enter dreams are unorthodox. Not flawless like should he be apprehended. Could the hounds afford to turn a blind eye? The answer is a definitive. As to your choice, I once again offer mine. And the story this time... This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, what surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand...
To help you grasp the full scope.
From what the letter indicates, she must be in
Correct.
A stray bull...
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver...
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be by the eon above. The bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any...
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the harmony's limitation. Likewise, I've prepared one last question, because this is merely a figment of imagination. A nightmare. Would you still support Robin's... I am now aware of everyone's Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms.
So what is your definition?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion. A cage known as... When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to... Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis, that is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract. So allow me to provide a simple example. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves, and it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the fate. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome.
It sounds... But...
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, but this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the
I admit that you are a born leader. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, perhaps in your mind. Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our choice.
What is...
Does this place ring any bells?
I don't know. But I feel a sense of déjà vu. What?
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless. But weirdly, when we entered it, Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories. And a dream bubble can't. So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha.
I don't know much about dream bubbles.
I'm counting on you.
Himeko, I still don't get it.
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as... The question now is, who brought you here? Basically, we're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha's...
All right, but there are...
I guess... I'm not entirely sure, but... Let's give it a try.
Wait, you...
Weird. If I remember correctly, and the... Hold on.
This could be a case of amnesia, since this place seems familiar.
Yeah.
Mikhail, that's the name? So, who is he talking to?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about...
Anything special about that?
Mikhail?
Grandpa?
But we haven't heard anything about the watchmaker having descendants. And could you tell us more?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed every time he came back,
It appears that the seafarer has never... So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new... So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? Tick-tock. I heard some noise.
You and Origami Bird are...
Yeah. It's a member... They follow Miss Mirror's orders.
Sailors?
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The compass is a ship bound for the new world. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the ship in the right direction.
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in Dreamville and never ventured out, right?
Huh? Oh, that does seem to be the case. Weird. I clearly remember... Clocky arrived in the New World in the end.
Perhaps Clocky had...
I think... I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead.
Water resembles a... Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves...
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah. I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, he often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side. And the
Yeah. Hey, don't
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front of his house serves as a...
Yeah,
While Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the back then. I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him. And he would...
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing...
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream...
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life. Could this be some sort of...
I'm sorry. I don't know, but... Perhaps I'll... share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No. We should turn...
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
Up ahead is... Grandpa's study.
The atmosphere in this room feels totally different.
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky! You're here! Huh. Yeah. This is the room where we first met each other.
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks?
He placed a logbook on the bookshelf in his room. They contain records of his expeditions to... He described our world as a fountain, to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. On that day, he called me to... I asked him if I could go with him, but...
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean... He said that he knew the crew on the train.
A train?
It's the Astral Express. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure. Appearing in every... He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually... The distant sound of a train whistle, echoing throughout the room.
Exactly, Misha! And then we fall...
Yeah. I think I can still find...
This is the dream jigsaw, right?
Do you remember? You said you obtained a mysterious...
Hey, the shapes...
Looks like we're just one step from...
This is it. While I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, here, I learned how to repair clockworking gears.
So, this building in the dream bubble?
Yes, but this dream bubble, it's...
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone...
March, do you remember when she mentioned the clock?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But...
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit!
The answer lies in the Astral Express. Her experience shows that neither Firefly and when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky. A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hit.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even...
That's the key to the mystery, March. Have you ever seen anyone...
Wait...
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the... I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged...
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty and the whistle you heard.
That's one way to see it, but I believe... How about we start with your name?
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system. Adopted by seafarers Mikhail and... Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply,
Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name.
So, you're the...
Unfortunately, that legend... As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's... And this also marks the beginning of his journey.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the...
Because he was born with a... I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistaken... The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encounter...
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps, but in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my life... If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For the path, all I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that night, and my hat too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make... Although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Come on, stop joking at a moment like this.
In that case, the vote stands. Then let's proceed together to the end of this stream.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka.
Please don't go. And if you must, please take...
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is wait. Now go! Board that train and...
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did...
Well... it's hard to explain. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew that...
I see. You'll work with me from now on, haven't you?
But I only know how to fix...
Don't worry. You've got what it takes.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan. I see. The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory, and still have a long way to go towards... Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express.
This is... Mr.
When he departed, he said he would leave it.
Farewell, legwork.
Take care of...
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony.
Because you're all we have! Have you forgotten about Tiernan?
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't... Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just if I don't come back in one piece.
Where are you going?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question.
Relax, Gallagher. I just...
Oh, come on! Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last... If you die too, the secret of the stuff...
Yes. I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony. So we'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade.
So... a desperate struggle?
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging. Make sure to send an invitation.
Misha!
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Last night, I had a long dream about...
Write it down?
Oh, so I won't forget.
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room...
Yes, but what I didn't mention, I was a kid. And there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too.
Yeah. Every night.
But you know what? It wasn't until it was. So, your name should have been Compassy, and the Watchmaker is just a nameless.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else. I've traveled far enough, and it's time.
Oh. So...
No, I'll stay here. And then... this.
This is... where it ends? What do you mean, Misha? You told me that the trailblazing expedition...
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that, Misha? You're acting weird today. If you're feeling...
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you... Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. But don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, whether it's calming, happy, angry, or sad, all they need is a little nudge to take that step. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze. Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further. The Penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to Order.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake. If you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Unknown to each other, yet united in purpose, we make the same choices.
Does that mean he wants to fight us during the Charmony Festival?
I'm afraid so.
This is weird. Aren't Arc villains usually plotting some dirty conspiracy in the end? But he actually said something like, "In all fairness." Could it be that he's underestimating us?
Well, in my opinion, Sunday is deeply committed to his own philosophy and genuinely wants to prove that the Order is right. I sensed a strong conviction and a desire for dominance in him. Maybe he won't accept the outcome unless he wins fair and square. That's why he'll give it his all in the upcoming battle.
You. Every time an important moment arrives, we've even dealt with a Lord Ravager of the Destruction. So if—
Anyway, we can't leave the Stellaron unchecked. This is about trailblazing a bright future for Penacony, and fulfilling, now that we've taken up the mantle,
However, the same applies to the Order. Their plan didn't material a desire to dream, to slumber and escape reality. They've harnessed the will of an entire planet to create an Eon. This confrontation is far more complicated than a simple power—
What do you mean?
I believe Firefly is trying to—
Before I left, the Destiny Slave told me that this journey would bring unforgettable— because one of the lines said, I'll
3 times? This can't be serious, right?
The first time was a painful death when I was stabbed by the Blade of Dormancy. Which led— so now I've understood the meaning of my second death. And I am prepared to face it. Only by achieving victory in this battle can we secure a future for Penacony.
The most terrible form—
The true death. where everyone
We must do everything we can.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes.
Thank you again for your assistance for the Astral Express.
Yeah. I dreamed of a scorched earth.
Everyone, are you ready?
A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning sun and whispered to me. Like fireflies to a flame, my fate is death. May we meet again in reality.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history, and the Everflame Mansion will take its place. In the not-too-distant future, you'll receive an invitation. That's your next stop.
Land of the Dreams. Penacony.
I hope you find whatever you seek there. Be it answers or salvation.
You mean my 3 deaths?
Silverwolf told me about it. It's such a shame that it's not part of my script.
Well, I want to live. I'm never afraid of death. People die. And I am no exception. We have to choose where we want to rest.
Do you exist just to perish?
Are you not the same, Blade? If I were to die now, though its definition escapes me, isn't this the answer that ordinary people look for their whole lives? The tombstone that belongs to me once bore the inscription, Glamoth's eye. All the brilliance she showed at the...
That's quite unexpected, old man. Ooh, I can sense that this false sweet dream is coming to an end. The Nameless may be young. It's a shame you won't be able to see it firsthand. Maybe I won't either, yeah. Not just those Nameless. Even Mr. Wings is just like you. Stubborn. Won't listen or give up, no matter what. But in the end, we managed to do it. And now we can find solace. Well, I don't know if they really meant it, but... Then I'll be joining you soon, you old fool. Let's get together and have supper again in hell. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one more thing. Here's to you. A glass of hello and goodbye, Trailblazer. To the imperfect tomorrow.
It's warm here, isn't it? You're lucky to have found shelter from...
I was just following the scent of life. It's a shame these berries don't have much...
Seriously? In case you didn't know, it becomes... Have you...
Before coming here, I stopped by a place called Orkron. It had barren cliffs and nights lit by bonfires. Burgundy snow would fall from the sky, and when it... The flavor wasn't exactly sweet, but it left a lasting impression. When I think back on my past, I realize that... Don't worry about it. Losing oneself is a reality that every self-annihilator must face.
Well, congratulations. By the way...
No, I had a companion in Orkron. She's a short, nameless girl who aspired to explore IX. She always said she'd walk up... She...
Well...
Condolences. I don't need them. The girl left with us.
That's proof that you're grieved.
Or... perhaps...
Afraid?
I'm afraid I'll forget the 30 days I spent with her. Just like all the other days in my life. I fear that those vivid red memories will fade away too. There isn't much color left. And besides this...
Hard to imagine. A ranger accustomed to bloodshed, destruction...
Because I have experienced this warmth many times. Long ago, I promised someone that I'd bring it to more people. And that forever, as long as this red color still lingers, I have a chance to fulfill that promise. It represents a burning fire. Blue. In the end, it will lead me beyond the horizon of existence.
The one blessed by the sleeping. But you're right about one thing. After spending so much time...
When will this rain?
Perhaps... when the...
Have you heard of a planet named Biari Scamandros, Don Hung? It's one of the paradises under the influence of the Harmony, a sought-after wonderland for the inhabitants of the Dardanu major and minor systems. Half an Amber era ago, the family held an unprecedented festival there. And after that, everyone on the planet became part of the family.
Do you think the same thing will happen on Penacony?
Yes. Or how else can we explain it? The family deliberately used the Watchmaker's invitation to keep all the Pathstriders here, but banished...
Because of the nihility, I'm rarely affected by the power of other paths, but somehow I can unconsciously infiltrate them. Maybe that's the...
I would disagree. Biari Scamandros is not part of the credit system or connected to the Silver Rail. It's nothing more than a remote civilization sheltered by the Harmony. If the family messes with Penacony, that would be like declaring war on almost half of the factions in the cosmos.
No, they don't. If...
What do you mean?
The path in Penacony is impure.
Do you remember the ancient swarm disaster? Tazeront, the propagation, brought endless havoc to the universe. 2 paths lost their eons in that war. The propagation and the...
Shipe, the Harmony. Legend has it that they participated in the crusade against the Imperator Insectorum, and devoured Anna the Order for unknown reasons.
Holy forgaroni! So you're saying that the 2 leaderless paths are working behind the scenes?
But I don't see any descendants of the propagation in Penacony. Could it be that the remnants of Beyond the Sky Choir are hiding within the family, trying to resurrect a fallen eon?
I can't say for sure, but they're definitely planning something for the Charmony Festival.
Holy whoop. Now, this is getting way too complicated. Is this why you want us to leave Astana right away? Are you giving up?
The Charmony Festival will start soon. There's one thing that I need to confirm no matter what. A warp jump is the best way to do so.
Time is running out. I have another plan.
Hold on. Are you thinking of using the Jade Abacus of Allying Oath?
Exactly. The assistance from the Lawful Cloud Knights would be enough.
Think it over carefully. You can only use that once in your lifetime.
I have considered it thoroughly. My companions are... they're also once-in-a-lifetime treasures.
Are you the only one here, my child? The Nameless is quite the diplomat. Our secrets have spread like wildfire within the family. And this is a crucial moment for us. So, where is the Chosen?
What do you mean, Master? I'm right here in front of you, aren't I?
You know, she was supposed to be the star of the Charmony Festival.
But the plan has changed. As her brother, I know she doesn't want to sing for the Order. So I'll take her place.
You've always been wise beyond your years. I'm sure you understand the consequences of your choice.
If you consider this a betrayal, well, there can't be two suns in the sky. I'll step up and take down the other sun if necessary.
Do you believe in karma?
If karma exists, then everyone has their own karma. You have yours, and I have... And my karma has nothing to do with you.
All right. Since you're willing to sacrifice yourself for her, I'll grant your wish.
Well, the compromise came sooner than it...
You and your sister were born as twins of the Order. Of course. The opening is near. Go, my child. Seize the power of the harmony and reveal your karma.
I have one final question, Master. Why did you choose to bring the Order to Penacony? Wouldn't it have been better to choose a desperate world instead of a city filled with hope and dreams? Why?
It's for justice, my child. If we lose justice in our hearts, we'll make the same.
So, it's not you who manipulates the dreamscape with the stuff.
Well, that's where our conversation ends. Go ahead. The 107,000...
I shall ascend to the heavens, bathed in my light. My people shall flourish, while all evil shall be eradicated.
This is the interior of the Penacony Grand Theater.
It's quite exhilarating to be flushed into the air by Soulglad. But why is...
And not only that, the entire theater...
Yeah, I wonder how many tickets... Hey!
Let's explore around.
La 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 la.